What is going on, everybody? This is going to be a video breakdown of the Madden 17 Championship Tournament Grand Final. Finally getting around to it. Skimbo versus Problem. Now, this was a heck of a game, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Skimbo starting off on offense, gun bunch. Problem defense looking like nickel blitz. Flipped cornerback on the right, shifting his linebackers to the opposite side, so you have that dual pressure look off both edges. So let's go ahead and get right into the first drive here. Skimbo corner strike looks like first play. Very typical from Skimbo. Very safe play. Corner strike. Easy read on the first play of the game. Really settle into this huge game that was broadcasted on NFL Network. So second and 1, HB base. Loses a yard, it looked like. Loses 2 yards. 3rd and 3. So Problem here, nickel blitz. I mean, obviously they're filling each other out. If your Problem, I mean, you know Skimbo's been running this gun bunch pretty much all year. He's probably watched a ton of film on Skimbo, might have some idea of what Skimbo might want to do here. If I'm guessing, I'm thinking it's either some variation of corner strike or maybe some type of Z spot. So those would be my two guesses here. Skimbo bunched to the wide side, and that's what he did. So he went with three-man flood on that left side there. You can see streak, corner, and then flat behind the player cam. And went ahead and read Problem's flat zone defender. Problem only had one flat zone defender. It looked like a cloud flat. And Jimmy Graham rat catched it. Picked up 3. Got lit up, but got Skimbo the first down. So 1st and 10 here. Skimbo, looking at his play art, looks like he's going to go for a shot. Now, this was a play that had been giving a lot of people trouble because it looks like it could be Z-spot. It could be corner strike. Skimbo does the same motion out. In this case, it's verticals. And what Skimbo found was, you know, he's got a streak here to occupy the safety. And then this fade route from Randy Moss, for whatever reason, was getting behind the defense almost every single time. Like, basically, if it wasn't a cover 2 shell and this safety wasn't dropping back and, you know, playing this deep half, that Randy Moss route would get behind. You know, if this was the guy who was supposed to be going deep with Randy Moss, Moss would get behind him every single time. And so you're going to see that throughout the game, how that happens. It's just something Skimbo must have found in practice mode or playing online. Right there, you saw Problem Reddit, actually. Skimbo blocks 7. You see Skimbo in the area, or Problem in the area, rather. This is Problem's user. He knows he needs to run back there or else he's going to get beat deep. So obviously, Problem's been doing some film study. This was a play Skimbo had been whipping out throughout the tournament. Good recognition by Problem, but good route combo by Skimbo, forcing Problem's user to go deep into the right, and he hits the backside dig underneath for the check down and picks up 10 yards there. So great route combo by Skimbo on 1st and 10 right there. So right here looks like he's going to run the same play, just flip to the left, and you see it right there. You see it happen. This man gets just, it's weird. He just gets behind that defender for whatever reason, like midway through the route, you know. It's not immediately. He doesn't just burn him off the line. It's just as they're running, he'll just all of a sudden just slide right in front of them, and this was something Skimbo had been hitting routinely throughout the tournament. Beautiful pass lead here away from the safety for Skimbo. Eric Reed can't get there in time, and Moss tiptoes on the sideline down to the 4. And you saw Skimbo yelling, "They don't learn." And it's because he'd been killing people with that play the entire tournament, and just nobody really could figure out a way how to stop that Randy Moss fade route after he gets motioned out of that gun bunch. So first down there, HB base. Looks like Skimbo trying to sneak it in, goes for the toss, and gets the touchdown. So first drive touchdown for Skimbo. Gotta feel great, especially against a player as great as Problem on the defensive side of the ball. You know, big monkey off your back, getting on the board, grand finals. So now it's Problem's job to respond here. So gun tight offset tight end. Problem been running the New Orleans Saints playbook, and he'd been running a lot of gun tight offset tight end, a lot of single back tight slots. So you see right there, first play, he comes out in that gun tight offset tight end, audibles down to single back tight slots. Great 2 formation combo there. A very quick audible since the receivers are essentially lined up in the same exact spot. They just kind of flip who's on and off the line of scrimmage. Goes under center, precise behind Aaron Rodgers there. And it was working very well. This formation has a really good HB dive, which you saw Problem running a lot if you watched him throughout this tournament, especially against these dollar defenses like Skimbo is currently running. It seemed to match up very well. I did a video on Problem versus Voltarax where you could see that Problem was having a ton of success with this HB dive. So that's something that you will see him go to over and over throughout this game. So right there, first play HB dive, picks up the blocks, jukes with Procise, and picks up 12. So that's something Skimbo's going to have to be aware of. Second down, PA seam shot, gets batted down the line of scrimmage. Unfortunate there. Looked like Problem did have that drag route over the middle to Julio. So 2nd and 10 right here. Once again, gun tight offside tight end. Looks like PA shot seams again. Hits the drag this time, jukes, and picks up the first down. So early, Problem using a skill move that a lot of people don't use this year in the speed juke. So HB dive, Skimbo gets the block sheds. And that's really what Skimbo is going to need out of this formation. So right here, 2nd and 10, you're going to see Skimbo defends this perfectly. So this was the bench double flats with the corners on each side, so mirrored. And Skimbo defends this perfect. He does a linebacker shift to the left to get this linebacker over that Chad Johnson player. Now this linebacker's in a vertical hook, DB fire 2 press. So he's going to drop back and defend this corner route much better than he would have, if he had started off right here. He has much better outside leverage. Skimbo knows this. He knows that left corner route's going to be covered, so Skimbo does exactly what he needs to do and runs to the right side corner route. You're going to see Problem has nobody to throw the football to. Tries to check it down underneath, but throws it too quick. Procise isn't ready for it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. So small play right there. It just looks like an incompletion, but that was really, really good defense from Skimbo. So 3rd and 10, Problem with the motion over. Now, something Problem had been doing with this motion over, and he did it right there, is you get a speed boost off the line of scrimmage with this Randy Moss running a streak up the middle of the field. And then he had this play where basically it was like a mini wheel route, would run up the sideline, and then there'd be one of these guys would sit down right here. So it was like a cover 2 beater essentially, right? Because what would happen is this route, would take the deep safety here, and then the sit-down route underneath would occupy the flat, and then this guy would streak into this area on the pseudo wheel and be wide open. The problem was this play required a lot of time in the pocket, as it was a pretty long developing route combo, and especially against a guy like Skimbo who, basically sends both those corners at a DB fire 2 press almost every single rip. You're going to have a tough time getting that much time in the pocket. So right there, Problem not able to get the ball off. So bringing up a big 4th and 10 early on in the game here for both players. Now, looks like Problem gun wing trio goes to the PA shots, or not PA shots, PA post shot here. PA post cross shot, play that Dubby made famous out of gun wide trips. Basically the same exact play. You're going to see this deep crossing route over the middle right there. You're going to have a backside deep post. And then basically what Problem did was he had a block and release out the backfield, and then he put a backside dig right here. And once again, this is a very long developing route combo that doesn't really match up well against Skimbo's defense. You can see Problem expecting the pressure. He's literally running backwards right now with Aaron Rodgers, and he actually ends up not getting his feet set on this throw. You see he throws on the run, running backwards to a dig route. This was actually a fantastic throw from Rodgers considering how he was throwing the football. But he throws to this backside dig route because he realizes, okay, I can't throw this check down, right? It's not going to get you the first down. I'm not going to have enough time for this route to develop. I'm not going to have enough time for this route to develop. My only read is this. So this was actually, even though it was a questionable play call in my opinion, this is the right read on this play. It's really the only read he can make was try to squeeze that in there. Skimbo's guys make a break on the ball and ends up being a turnover on down. So really, really great start to Skimbo, or for Skimbo on this, in this grand final championship. As good of a start as you can ask for, really. So 1st and 10 here. Skimbo goes with corner strike. He motions out the corner route, which makes him, gets him wider split. You don't see a lot of corner routes being run from those receivers split out wide. And if you don't have a flat zone defender out there already, they're going to have a tough time. A linebacker is going to have a tough time, shooting out there and guarding that route. So right here you see Skimbo, or Problem rather, looks like he didn't even have a flat zone defender. Looks like this might have been buck slant 3. Looks like a cover 3 shell. and didn't even have anybody out there in the flats to stop this corner route. Skimbo identifies and picks up an easy 8 yards. So great read right there by Skimbo. Looks like HB base on 2nd and 2 to pick up the first. Gun bunch to the left. Problem still in nickel. Same look. Skimbo looks like corner strike. And he hits the backside in route. So problem adjusts here, and you see problem with the user in the gritty part of this corner strike. The table route, the C route. Skimbo's got this backside drag to Jimmy Graham. So Skimbo decides, I don't want to test problem's user and have him make an insane play. I'm just going to, hit this backside check down in route. So good read right there by Skimbo. Good defense by problem, but good read on the check down. Picked up 4 yards, makes it a second and medium, second and manageable right here. So gun bunch to the left still. Nickel normal for problem. Looks like blocking 7 verticals here. Skimbo sold out on problem running cover 2. Problem actually doesn't run cover 2, but because of the way problem set up his defense, it looks like Jimmy Graham might have been beating his guy deep. Problem realizes this and says, okay, I have to run deep with him. I'd rather give up, this in route underneath and have Skimbo get 20 yards rather than him hit me up top for a touchdown to Jimmy Graham. So he took the lesser of 2 evils there. But nonetheless, yeah, he would have definitely been beat if problem wasn't here. You can see the separation. So a good identification by problem, knowing where he needs to be, but good read, good route combo underneath right there by Skimbo, having that check down on that play. Good pressure right there off the right side. First time it's really gotten in there for problem all game. Goes for the high point, and that was kind of a risky throw right there. Skimbo looks like went with corner strike, tried to high point it, just too many players in the vicinity there. Looked like problem had cross-manned that point receiver right there. Looks like Eric Reed was shooting over. So you had problem's user underneath. You had a deep safety over the top, and then Eric Reed shooting across. Kind of a dangerous read, definitely with a tip drill running around. And Skimbo pretty lucky it didn't get picked off right there. So 3rd and 10, I love this. Skimbo goes with the motion across the formation by the running back for the first time all game. And so what this does is it puts problem on notice. If problem has a cloud flat out here and Skimbo's running corner strike, this C route is going to get open every single time because this man right here, who's normally in a cloud flat, will be converting to man-to-man. Since he is the only receiver on that side of the formation, he's going to convert to match coverage, and that C route's going to beat that match coverage every single time. So I like Skimbo pulling this out on 3rd and 10. Problem actually seemed like he was, I'm not going to say ready for it, but he wasn't in a defense that was able to be taking advantage of that C route. But you can see Skimbo makes the right read. Looks like problem might have been a quarter flat, seam flat, something of that sort. Probably a seam flat. Looks like it was a buck slant. So yeah, most likely a seam flat up there, dropping back. So he didn't convert to man, but Skimbo had the route combo by having, Jimmy Graham dragging underneath. So even with that seam flat covering the C route, Skimbo had the secondary read, hits Jimmy Graham, upfield pass lead, rat catch, and easily picks up the first down on a drag route on 3rd and 10. So huge play right there by Skimbo. 1st and goal, first play of the second quarter. Skimbo motion out. So anytime you see this motion out of this gun bunch, you got to be aware of, the verticals, right? So these 3 high point routes. You have, first and foremost, high point to Moss, high point to Jimmy, and then kind of as last resort, high point to that deep cross to Demaryius Thomas over the middle. And sometimes you have this backside dig a lot of people like to do. But really, it's that Randy Moss route you got to be aware of. Now, right here, I think Skimbo actually focused on it way too much because you can see wide open over the middle of the field. Problem had all of his attention running in that direction. So, in this case, Skimbo kind of tunneled too hard on that Randy Moss route and ended up getting broken up out there by that might have been Jalen Ramsey. So, I'd like to see Skimbo recognize that maybe this time, or maybe problem will recognize and guard over the middle. But once again, it looks like right here. Now Skimbo's already thrown it. Problem did a better job of being in the vicinity, but this receiver still has inside position. I would have liked to see him try to high point it because I would predict that. I'm thinking if I'm Skimbo, I'm probably going to think, okay, Problem knows what I want to do. He's probably going to cover my other routes first and then break or try to break, wherever he thinks I'm going to throw the football. So he's going to cover over the middle and then he's going to break. And so I would try and predict the break. I'm not going to say I would perfectly predict it, but I would try and predict him breaking off to the side and try and throw that high point to Demaryius Thomas. But, I can't blame Skimbo for these reads. It is one-on-ones to Randy Moss, in the corner of the end zone. A lot of times he does come down with that. Right there, 3 times in a row, got swatted down. So maybe unlucky for Skimbo, but probably just good defense from Problem. So Skimbo's forced to take 3 there. So Problem down 10, goes 4 verticals, blocks 7, and just doesn't get anybody open. So Problem's got to get something going on offense. I would like to see him. He's down 10. But go back to that single back tight slots a little more. Go back to that HB dive. You were having a lot of success running it against Dollar. And that's all Skimbo's running is Dollar. So I would like to see him mix that in a little more. 3rd and 7 here. Nice read on the C route. Skimbo abandons the C route or the middle of the field to try and jump what he might be expecting, an out route or a corner route. And that C route runs right up the middle of the field. And Problem hits him before he even breaks. So nice read right there to stay on the field from Problem. Pistol Y trips HB zone, it looks like. Problem picks up 8 or 9. So stick to the ground game if you're Problem. Right here, 2nd and 1, goes to that single back tight slots. HB dive, picks up 2 and a first down. So that's what I would like to see a little more of. HB dive, once again, wiggles through there and picks up 16 with pro size. So definitely Skimbo's going to have to adjust whenever Problem does go to that single back tight slots. Right here, gun tight offset tight end. Looks like PA seam shot. Problem with the playmaker. Tries to hit the corner of the end zone. Actually, a beautiful read right there. I'd have liked to see a playmaker a little earlier. If Problem playmaker, say right here, Skimbo's got to choose. If this guy cuts immediately upfield right here, and this guy's coming right here, Problem's got to choose. Both of them are going to be open. Problem's user is right here. Problem sees that this guy's going to get open, so he's beelining over here. So if you playmaker up the field right here, you could probably immediately hit him. For a nice game, wide open over the middle of the field. If Problem tries to clamp down on the playmaker, and then you just hit, the B receiver on that wheel route up the sideline. In this case, playmaker a little too soon. You see Problem saw the playmaker and came to clamp down. I've been saying the wrong names the entire time. Skimbo saw the playmaker and clamped down, and Problem goes with the right read just a little bit too far. Rodgers at the 38 across the field. It's a very tough throw even for Aaron Rodgers, and leads him just a little bit too far. But great read from Problem, great concept. Just would have done it a second or two sooner. I think it would have paid off really well for him there. So 2nd and 10 here. Let's see. I like the dragon route out the backfield. That's something out of this gun tight offset tight end formation. A lot of people, out of a lot of formations, people forget about this dragon route out the backfield. It's super tough to guard if you're not using it. If you're mixing it in with a solid scheme like Problem's been doing, this is the first time he runs this play all game. Might be the first time I've seen him run the play all tournament. It's probably not true. He probably ran it, but very rarely. So it's something that is a very, very effective play, especially when mixed in very rarely, because it's impossible for Skimbo to predict this. You see how quickly that running back cuts, rat catch upfield. He's got pro size. He's going to hold on to that ball. One of the better catching backs in the game. Picks up 13 there. So that's something Skimbo's going to have to keep in the back of his mind. Anytime Problem gets into a situation, 3rd and medium, you got to think about pro size out the backfield. Just another thing for Skimbo to have to worry about. And that's a route that really you kind of have to use her to take it away. So right here, 2nd and 10, Problem goes for the in route over the middle, but a little bit too congested there. 3rd and 10, still in this gun wing trio. Goes with the zig route. So it looks like he went with a little flood concept here. Streak route. He had a zig route going out, and then it looks like a C route right here. So a little 3-man flood. And Skimbo had cloud flats, so Problem went checked down underneath to the zig. Rat catched it. Almost got upfield, picked up 7. So 4th and 3. I think you take your 3 here and make it a one-possession game, and that's what he does. So smart move right there from Problem, in my opinion. So let's see. If Skimbo can drive down and make it a 2-possession game before halftime, that would be huge for him. Shotgun bunch to the left. Goes with the in route. Not able to hit it. Block 7, 2nd and 10. Once again, as soon as you see Skimbo blocking 7, granted, problems user's not in a position to make a play on it, but you got to be looking at that route anytime Skimbo blocks 7. Instead, he goes with the other one, and Demaryius Thomas actually drops it. So Demaryius Thomas got behind Harrison Smith there, just not able to hold on to the ball. So 3rd and 10, expect something more conservative from Skimbo. Skimbo likes to take his shots, but on these 3rd downs, he's usually a kind of guy who he's not going to go for a shot on 3rd down and say, okay, if I don't get down, pick it up on 4th. On 3rd down, I've noticed he generally likes to go for the sticks and pick up that 1st down if he can, safely. But problem screams off the right edge there with the sack. So problem getting the ball back with a, oh, wow. Okay, let's see this punt return here. So spin move, Dion almost breaks this punt. Double spin move, breaks a tackle, goes down at the 43, it looked like. So, problem down 7. Looking to tie up the game here. Nice read, and Julio just drops it. So this is what I was saying I wish he would have done earlier, and you see it. Skimbo's got to run to this B route. And this was great adaptation, or a great recognition by problem. He probably saw that he could have done that previous play and said, okay, I'm going to come back to it. He noticed that this would be open. So earlier playmaker this time, before Julio got all the way across the field. And playmakers upfield, Skimbo running with that wheel route. Great read by problem, and that's just unlucky. That's just kind of getting hosed by Madden right there. Julio dropping a wide open rat catch. FYI, that is gone in Madden 18 according to Rex. If a receiver has a certain rating catch rating threshold, then they will never drop a wide open pass. He hasn't specified, to my knowledge, what that threshold is, but if I had to guess, I would assume it's probably 90 or low 90s, 92, 93, something around there. So, but that's for Madden 18. So, problem still driving here. 1st and 10, goes with the high point to Randy Moss, and not able to hold on to it. Kind of a sketchy throw. I'm not a fan of these high points in coverage, especially since everybody started running a lot of tip drill receivers or tip drill defenders as the year kind of went on. Right there, problem definitely could have went back to this C route right here. He hit it earlier on a 3rd down for a 1st down. He could have thrown that again. Skimbo's user, you can see where he's looking. He's looking either here or up here. He's not even looking to go back over the middle of the field. So, misread right there by problem. Could have got him down to about the 5-yard line with a timeout. So, missed opportunity. Clock ticking. Goes with the PA wide receiver in, it looks like, and not able to get the throw off. Skimbo's pressure gets there. So, problem's got to take his 3 and pretty much take it into half, down 10-6. So, he gets ball at the 2nd half right here. Gunwing trio, Skimbo still in dollar. Problem's been moving the ball all right this game. I would like to see him stick with that, gun tight offset tight end, single back tight slot scheme that HB Dive been giving people fits out of this dollar defense. So I'd like to see him stick with that. PA seam shot once again. FNB Monster special. Hits the in route to Julio. He's been hitting that underneath route pretty much all game to Julio. Seems like Skimbo doesn't really want to adjust to it. And I've gone over this before in my other videos. Skimbo plays this DB Fire 2 press about as vanilla as you can possibly play it. He basically runs it stock almost every time. He's got the 2 deep zones playing, a cover 2 shell. He's got soft squats on the outside. He'll rush 5. A lot of times he'll rush 5, all 3 linemen. Sometimes he'll spy this DT, but that's not a big deal. And then he'll have this guy dropping back into a vertical hook, and then he's using this guy. So it's literally the stock defense, basically every single time. All he's doing is base a line press, pinch line, shift your linebackers to the left, and he's running it stock essentially. So doesn't get very creative on defense, just that pressure gets in a lot. And I think I don't know if people are caught off guard about how basic he runs it, or obviously Skimbo has a very good user. Maybe that's the key to it. But he's been having a lot of success just running that DB Fire 2 press stock. And if you can identify that and say, okay, I can comfortably pick up the pressure and know where to, attack this defense at, like someone of the caliber of problem probably can do, you can have a lot of success, I think. So he goes to the HB dive there, picks up 4, falls forward, having pretty good success, I would say, with that single back tight slots HB dive. Gun title set tight end again, goes back down to single back, HB dive. Almost had a huge play right there. Joey Bosa with the clutch block shed holds problem to only 3. So 3rd and 2 here. PA seam shot again. And you see it this time, actually, Skimbo looks like he might have switched it up. Looks like he rushed 3, spied the DT, and he might have cross-manned this guy, it looks like, maybe. Or he might just be blitzing and have a really weird angle. But either way, you can see it. You see the 2 deep halves. You see the soft squats on the outside. Vertical hook and Skimbo's user. And so right here, Skimbo's user got a little bit too aggressive, and the problem was able to squeeze this high point in. This year, with that introduction of the high point pass, you really have to kind of tone down your aggressiveness over the middle with your user, or else you'll get popped with high points in the seams all day. So right here, you see Skimbo has to respect the high point. He's got to maintain really good positioning. He can't be underneath and try and bait. You basically, because of the high point, you have to be on top of that receiver. Forces him to run deep. Problem hits that Julio Jones route underneath. Once again, picks up 9 or 10 yards. So as long as Julio's not dropping the ball wide open, Problem's been having a lot of success moving down the field. His problem's been really scoring in the red zone, cashing in for touchdowns. Obviously, 2 field goals on the board right now for him. So I-type power O picks up the first for 2. Single back, tight slots. Skimbo with the pressure. Looked like nobody open right here. Yep, Skimbo, good user right there. Really deterred problem from running to either hit Julio on the drag or Procise out the backfield. That's not even Procise. I'm not sure who that running back is. But problem went with a 3-man flood on this side right here. Streak, looks like corner, and then 2 guys out in the flat actually with the backside fade. Skimbo, good user over the middle. Problem probably could have squeezed in maybe a high point inside pass lead to this receiver right here. But obviously under a lot of pressure, can't blame him for not wanting to make that throw under duress. So 2nd and 10 here. Skimbo still dollar, shifting his linebackers to the left. And right there goes with the high point. He actually had either or. He could have hit the high point right here inside pass lead. This was actually what was just open the other play on this side of the field. High point right here inside pass lead between the safeties. Results in a touchdown. He could have also hit this running back out the backfield on that play that I talked about earlier. And you'll see him go back to that later on in the game. But you can see how open that route is against Skimbo's style of defense. But why check it down when you can just throw high points for touchdowns? So problem takes the lead, 13-10 with 2:11 left in the game. So Skimbo's got to drive down and try and answer here. So motion out, 1st and 10, block 7. Skimbo trying to take shots here. Looks like Moss gets behind Dion, but Dion ends up recovering and making a play. So blocking 6 here. Going deep again to Moss. Tries for the baby swerve, but not able to get it. So Skimbo seeming like he's kind of in desperation mode. Right there, 1st and 2nd down, 2 shots. If I'm problem, 3rd down, I'm expecting probably some variation of corner strike. Either corner strike or Z-spot is what I would be expecting right here. Sure enough, corner strike, table route out the backfield, picks up 7. So picks up 7 or 8. Like I was saying, Skimbo kind of, he's a very disciplined player, which is why he's so good. But his play calling is kind of predictable. He'll take shots on 1st and 2nd down, but like I said earlier, get to that 3rd down, he's going to go for the sticks. He's not going to go for anything deep. He's going to probably run some variation of corner strike or Z-spot. And, obviously two very tough plays to stop. 2 of the probably top 3 or top 5 plays in Madden this year on offense. So definitely has a scheme, like I said, very disciplined, difficult to make him or force him to make a bad read, and that's why he's so successful. So 4th and 3 here. Problem, nickel still, looks like corner strike from Skimbo, and just a beautiful route concept. I went over this in my corner strike video of this route combo. Right here, RG kind of already illustrating the corner strike with the table out the backfield and then the C route, but what Skimbo throws in on top of this is, if I can roll the video a little bit to make those disappear, you can see Skimbo throws in the backside tight end drag. So what that does is, he's got the flat covered, hard flat out there. It looks like either a hard flat or he manned him up. Skimbo might not have had time to throw this C route before he breaks. Looks like the C route would be open because this guy's probably playing deep. So when the C route breaks, he could probably deliver that. There's no cloud flat out there. But with problem screaming off the edge, I don't know if he would have had enough time. But Skimbo with the backside tight end drag, beautiful route combo. The table route and the C route pull the flat zones to the sideline, and this drag route fills in underneath where those flat zones vacated from. So you see it in action right there. Rat catch, get upfield, get on the ground, doesn't even get hit, and picks up 6 for the huge first down right there. So Skimbo 1st and 10, once again blocking 6, going deep. So once again, Skimbo taking a shot on first down, surprise, surprise, and Dion with the pick. So problem now in full control of this game. Skimbo's been having a lot of trouble stopping problem on offense so far. He's been having a lot of success driving down the field, cashed in on 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. So Skimbo's defense going to have to step up here. PA seam shot looks like from problem. Skimbo gets a nice block shed from his defensive end there, and ends up sacking problem for a loss of 1. So 3rd and 11, looks like second down got cut off there, but 3rd and 11, Skimbo pressure off that right edge, gets picked up. Problem goes for the playmaker and not able to get in time. Once again, he goes back to this. I don't like this very much. I don't like these long developing route combos against a player as aggressive on defense as Skimbo. He sends pressure almost every play. Once again, it's the PA post cross shot with the 2 deep crossing routes, and then problem goes backside dig. He recognizes the pressure, tries to playmaker the dig upfield and squeeze it in, but it ends up getting broken up. But like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of these play calls against. Not that I'm not a fan of the play. I think the play is very effective against the right style of defense. Just against this super aggressive style of defense, I think I don't think you can bank on those long developing route combos, especially on 3rd, 4th downs. So Skimbo with the ball back again, 46-yard line, 1st and 10, block 7 again. So this is, I think, and that's going to be a touchdown to Demaryius Thomas over the top. So I think that's 3 1st and 10s in a row that Skimbo goes with that play where he blocks 7, motions him out, and goes for a deep shot, whether it's right there to Demaryius Thomas, getting behind the defense, or throwing to Moss, whether Moss gets behind the defense or whether he goes for the swerve. Skimbo getting pretty predictable with his play calling in the second half, but obviously paying off for him right there. And then problem comes back with the kickoff return to the house. So this was, I think, Problem's 3rd or 4th kick return for a touchdown in this tournament. So he definitely figured out something with these kick returns. Was having a lot of success with Dion, especially with that precision spin move right there, as you just saw. So either he figured something out or he just put in the time to learn, what the most effective way to return these kicks are. Just had enough practice. You can see Skimbo's face right there. It's just, there's nothing you can really do about that. You can't really bank on that happening. Huge play by problem, which makes it a lot easier for him. Now Skimbo's got to try and drive downfield again and score a touchdown. So Skimbo, right there, 1st and 10, actually goes corner strike. Might have been, like I was talking about earlier, 3 first downs in a row. He tried to take shots, maybe a little rattled after that kickoff return touchdown, and goes back. And basically there's 2 schools of thought. Either, you're kind of rattled, and so you try and get it all back in one play and take another deep shot, or you go for, a safe pass to try and get your feet back under you and, slow the momentum. Skimbo opts for the latter there and, gets the rat catch, picks up 2, takes a huge shot. So I don't know if he slowed the momentum there. That's a scary shot to be taken from Harrison Smith in the flat. But, got a completion and, maybe calmed his nerves a little bit. So gun bunch to the left, 2nd and 7, first play of the 4th quarter. Corner strike again, goes with the flat route to Jimmy Graham. So you see the route combo, Skimbo, corner route out there, motioned out. So it's problem this time. Earlier you saw Skimbo do this, and problem didn't have a cloud flat. So this time problem with the cloud flat out there. So he's going to be able to defend that corner route. But no hard flat or man up on Jimmy Graham means Jimmy's going to have an easy time, racking it and picking up 6 there, making it a 3rd and 1 for Skimbo. So this is a huge play. Gun bunch to the right, motion out, HB base, problem with the block sheds and not able to get it. So he actually lost a yard there. So it's going to be 4th and 2. Now, gun bunch to the right. If you're problem, you got to be thinking probably some variation of corner strike. I don't know if I don't even remember seeing Skimbo call Z spot this game. So I'm thinking obviously corner strike is Skimbo's most comfortable play. So if you're problem, you got to be expecting table route, C route, drag route underneath, and then probably a streak and maybe, a delayed slant, motion out, delayed slant underneath, delayed in route, something of that sort. But I think your focus needs to be on defending this table route, C route on the left side. So hard flat, cloud flat on that side, or cloud flat, man up the running back. And then I think you have to have plans. You can't let Skimbo just, inside pass lead this Randy Moss route up the middle of the field, but you have to defend against this drag route by the tight end right here. That's going to get in a very tender spot of the field that Skimbo's been hitting pretty much all game on this play. So if your problem, that's something I would 100% be expecting here. So let's see how he opts to defend it. Pressure off the right edge. And I don't think this was defended very well. Problems, the first thing is problems user's pretty much in no man's land here, right? So he's not using anybody. He did a good job taking away the streak route. Looks like he's covered. In route looks like he's covered. But it looks like Skimbo's got several reads here. It looks like he actually could have hit either one of these guys. He can hit the table route, rat catch it, get upfield. He could probably pass lead it up to Jimmy Graham right here and possession catch it and maybe haul it in right about there. Or what he can do is, if you notice our problem doesn't have a cloud flat, this guy looks like he's in a hard flat. So no cloud flat, Skimbo could hit this C route as he breaks. So good defense on the right side of the formation. I think problem's user kind of got caught in no man's land, and Skimbo actually ends up hitting the table route for a pretty close play, picks up 5 and a huge first down. So 1st and 10 looks like Skimbo going back to his ways of, taking shots on first down. Motion out, goes to Randy Moss, probably going to go for a swerve, aggressive catch, and he ends up catching it over Dion. So Skimbo catching a pretty big break there to put himself in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Skimbo got to roll out away from Problem's pressure. Good defense from Problem there. So 2nd and 10. Now Skimbo down 3, so all he needs is a field goal here to tie it. So he doesn't need to force anything to try and, do something crazy, force a high point to try and score a touchdown. Only down 3. Corner strike again. And he throws a Stevie Wonder straight to Problem's defender. Let's see what happened here. It looked like Skimbo definitely could have hit this. I'm surprised he didn't go to this table route right here. He could have hit the table route, rat caught it, picked up 7 or 8 yards probably easily with Ricky Williams. But it looks like what happened here. Let's see. You're going to have to rewind it to the start of the play. For whatever reason, Jimmy Graham runs into Randy Moss here. Jimmy running a flat route, Randy Moss running a corner. Jimmy runs into Randy Moss and bumps him off of his route, which completely screws up Skimbo's timing here, as you're going to see. Or no, he doesn't even... It's not Jimmy. Demaryius Thomas gets bumped into Randy Moss by Problem's defensive end who's running out to guard Jimmy Graham. So he gets bumped into Randy Moss, which causes Randy Moss's timing to get all messed up. Skimbo tries to throw the corner route, on tempo, right as the corner's supposed to be breaking. But instead, as you can see, Randy Moss kind of starts jogging for whatever reason. Skimbo expects him to break. He doesn't break, and he throws it right to a Problem's defender. So 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Problem up 3. And, been driving down pretty successfully throughout the game. So you got to feel great about Problem here. So pistol wide trips. Looks like HB zone. Picks up a yard. So Problem going to try and go milk and cookies mode here. Dragon route out the backfield. Beautiful from Problem. Procise breaks a couple tackles, falls forward, picks up 16. This is what I was talking about earlier. Skimbo, the way Skimbo likes to run this defense, it's not going to stop this play. You can see it. You see the 2 deep halves, soft squats on the outside, vertical hook. This vertical hook, as long as Problem has this Y receiver running a seam down the middle, this vertical hook's going to drop with him. Problem spies the DT, but he sends 4. Both corners and both defensive ends are coming in. And then Problem usually, or Skimbo rather, usually tries to use the right side of the field there. And so this dragon route out the backfield going to be very successful because nobody's there to pick it up. So Skimbo's going to have to make either an adjustment or he's going to have to user that area of the field from now on if he expects that play. If I'm problem, I mean, he's run that play 3 times so far this game. Twice he hit Procise out the backfield for nice gains, and once he hit Chad Johnson on a high point for a touchdown. So you got to feel great if you're problem calling that play and knowing Skimbo's been having a lot of trouble stopping it throughout the game. So let's see what he goes with here. 3rd and 10. Goes 3-man flood on the right side. Randy Moss can't hold on to the ball. So not a huge fan of the play call whenever he was having so much success out of that gun tight offset tight end formation, whether it be with the dragon route out the backfield to the halfback, or whether it be, PA seam shot, hitting Julio underneath, really stretching Skimbo's user. Either Skimbo's got a, user that wheel route down the sideline, or he's got a user the drag route to Julio, which Problem can playmaker up the field at any point in time. So I would have loved to see Problem stay in that gun tight offset tight end formation, as Skimbo seemed like he was having a lot of trouble slowing it down. Maybe try to get a little too cute there. So 2nd and 4, gun bunch to the right for Skimbo. Nickel still for Problem. Pressure off that right edge. And hits Jimmy Graham again in that tender spot. Rack catch, pick up 13. So nice read from Skimbo. Very disciplined here. A minute left, not trying to get it all back in one play. Driving down the field, knowing he still has a lot of time. 3 timeouts. And right as I say that, he takes a shot. And Demaryius Thomas is going to come down with the aggressive catch over Jalen Ramsey. So Problem had been doing this all game, really. He had been cross-manning. It looked like a cover 3. So it looked like a buck slant type of shell. He sends pressure off this right edge. And he had been cross-manning this guy who usually is playing this deep middle. What he would do is he would cross-man him onto this receiver right here that he knew Skimbo liked to send him on streaks down the field. So he would cross-man him. And I don't know if this was something Problem was having success doing, when he was labbing and preparing for the tournament, but it was definitely something he was going to a lot. But as you saw earlier in the game, he did it, and Demaryius Thomas burned Eric Reed for a touchdown. This time, Problem makes the adjustment, puts Jalen Ramsey there, a little more speed, thinking, okay, if I want to cross-man Eric Reed, not fast enough for the job, let me put Jalen Ramsey there. Maybe he'll keep up. But right here, as you see, he does a better job of keeping up. Last time it was a walk-in for Demaryius Thomas. Skimbo was able to rat catch it. This time, Ramsey keeps up pretty well, but Demaryius still able to go up for the aggressive catch. As you can see, he still has a step or two. I don't know if that played a part in it. It might have. It might not have. I don't know if that plays a part in the aggressive catch formula that is behind the scenes that shoots out the percentages of either player coming down with the ball. But either way, that dice roll went in Skimbo's favor because of that adjustment that Problem was making throughout the game. And Skimbo took advantage of it. So big play right there. Goes up 4 with 51 seconds left. Problem. Kickoff return. Got to watch it. Can't just skip kickoffs with Problem. Goes for the spin. Almost finds a little room. Gets out to the 28. So Skimbo probably breathing a sigh of relief. That's probably the toughest part, of stopping Problem right now is, that kickoff. Problem's got to go. Now 72 yards in 44 seconds with 3 timeouts. Underneath to Chad Johnson. Good start to the drive. Picks up 15 and calls a timeout. So let's see what he wants to go to on 1st and 10 here. Gunwing trio goes table route to the left. Procise breaks a tackle, falls forward for 11. Calls another timeout. So 31 seconds. 1 timeout left. You're about at midfield. So you get a few more yards and you can start taking some shots to the end zone here. PA seam shot. Pressure from Skimbo. Skimbo, something to note here, goes to slant zone 2 at a big dime for the first time all game. It's not dollar anymore. This was the defense Skimbo had been running basically the entire year. In the Madden 17 championship tournaments, he kind of turned more to dollar, but this was the defense that he had been running literally the entire year, and it kind of surprised me when he stopped running it, but you see he comes back to it in the most crucial situation, literally $100,000 drive for Problem here, and Skimbo goes back to, he dances with the girl that he brought to the dance. He goes back to the slant zone 2, and obviously the pressure gets in right there from Problem. Problem's got to check it down to Julio, gets caught from behind on the drag route. Can't call that last time out right now, so it's got to go no huddle. Basically, got to rush it here. 18 seconds, slant zone 2, pressure coming in. Skimbo getting really aggressive, sending 6. Lucky that wasn't picked off right there. You see sending 6, Problem blocking 6, but that pressure's still coming in off the left edge. Problem goes with the little bench concept right here. Corner route, out route. Probably out route would have been the better read, but either read is very suboptimal at this point, because even if you complete it, you're getting tackled in bounds. You have to call that last time out. So it might have even been better that was an incomplete pass here. So 3rd and 7 goes to the gun 5 wide empty Saint. Now, this was a formation, if you watch Volterax at all, and Problem's doing it, you get that speed boost off the line of scrimmage with Randy Moss right there. And basically, Volterax was looking to swerve to Randy Moss out of this formation basically every play. So, obviously, Skimbo, as soon as Problem comes out in this formation, Skimbo knows what's up. He's not dumb. You see him running. He's already way back there with his user defender. So, he knew what was up. And Problem actually probably predicted that. And actually, I really like the play call from Problem. Gets the speed out. Skimbo 3-man under. And so, that speed out route definitely going to beat man-to-man every single time, and he knew Skimbo was going to run back because he didn't want to get swerved. Skimbo willing to give up that route underneath, and Problem goes back to it, runs it to the wide side, tiptoe, inbounds, Julio, so 21-yard line, 6 seconds, and a timeout. So 3-man under, Problem blocks 6, goes to the high point post route to Chad Johnson. Now, I think I know this is a very high-pressure situation, and it's literally like impossible to break down and be rational. But I think optimally, you throw this route right here, right as he breaks. Like, if you're throwing it right now, it's probably too late. You'd have to throw it right as he was breaking, possession catch it, get on the ground, and call timeout immediately. That puts you at about the 10, 9, 8-yard line, and you've got one play for a high point in the back of the end zone, or a corner route to the corner of the end zone, something of that sort. I think that's a better odds chance than throwing, a high point to a post route that's got 5 guys around him. But obviously, like I said, armchair quarterback here, impossible to think about that and make a rational decision in game. I have no idea what kind of pressure Problem's playing under, so I can't fault his decision making whatsoever. But he gets one more shot here, so 1 second left, goes with the motion out, delayed fade route, and so Skimbo does a really good job taking away, the 2 high points over the middle right there. The delay fade is going to run and he's going to be double covered. Tough play right here from Problem, and he ends up going to Procise on the sideline there, and it gets broken up by Mike Evans. So, great game from both competitors. I mean, you can't ask for a better game, right? I mean, Problem had a chance with 1 second left at the 21-yard line to win $100,000 off one play. So you can't really ask for a better championship. This was definitely a very fun tournament to watch and to do breakdown videos on. So that concludes the EA Sports Madden 17 Championship Tournament breakdowns. I hope you guys enjoyed them all. I'll be doing more, hopefully, on the B-Dubs Bowl 2 that is currently going on. It's being put on by B-Dubs and being sponsored and kind of, endorsed by Mutthead. And so I've been watching those games, doing some VOD reviews of those games. So I'll probably be doing more of those. But like I said earlier, hope you guys have enjoyed all these breakdowns. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And definitely comment. Let me know what I can do better on future breakdowns. If there's specific games from, a tournament that I missed that was a while ago, or even just from the B-Dubs Bowl, just comment. Let me know. And I'll do my best to get that video breakdown done for you. But like I said, comment. Let me know what I can do better. Always trying to get better. But thank you for watching. And until next time, guys, take it easy.